company in their Sky Bar. They've hosted it ever the 3 or 4
That
times
is
we've done
so
it.
cool. I've never even known about this.
Yes, it is. It is at a fantastic venue, and
I love Texas Brewery.
the spelling bee. We had 17 sign up, 7 teams signed up, 6 attended, and then we had a lot of spectators.
I bet.
So, so that you spell in teams, and you write it on write the word on a board, and then we check the board, and it's all points based, and then we eliminate. And so the winner of the spelling bee is the Sesquipedalian 6. That's the name of their team.
Cool.
They sound way too smart for me.
I know it's hard to believe, but a couple of them are library regulars. So,
well, that's good.
They're well read, at least.
Yeah.
Or at least they read. So this is a good thing. And our second place team was the Le Monsters, and they were first time players with us. So
wow.
And
are there prizes?
There are prizes this year. There were. I like to go to half price books and find really fun dictionaries to give out as prizes.
That's cool.
So I had kind of a cool dictionary type things for the first and second prizes, and then I made buttons that were magnets that have a bee and a 2022 adult spelling bee on them, and everybody wore theirs.
Cool.
So I felt very special that they all wore with the stuff I put together. So and then the winner will go on to compete in a kind of a regional or area spelling bee with other libraries in North Texas that are doing this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there are 7 libraries doing it. So
pull your mic up a little bit closer.
I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just when you're turning it.
Okay.
Oh, now we
There
can
you go.
really
Yeah,
good.
that's
Okay,
better.
Okay.
Well, anything else on the adult spelling bee?
I was just delighted. OTB is a great place to hold this.
Oh,
We have a delightful time.
We need to go there one day for lunch or dinner because it's really good food.
It really is. Brisket nachos.
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah,
that sounds really good.
They're good. I love them.
Start talking about food at this table and we're all in.
Yeah.
The truth. Well, let's go. So how often do you do your adult spelling bee? Is it just
It's
an annual?
once a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course we couldn't hold it last year. Well, you get a bunch of librarians putting together a spelling list, and you end up with torturous things. Like in our literary round, a lot of the words are words that authors or poets or somebody have made up.
Oh, wow.
So nobody knows except people who've read their work. Well, I try really hard not to do things that a lot of people haven't heard of. But there were a couple that were stumpers this time. So that was, there's a word that I had never heard of, which is always fun because I have to pronounce it. Polysyndeton. Right?
No clue.
What book is that?
Yeah, it's not a book. It's it's a literary device, or it's a grammatical device. It's when you repeat a conjunction for some reason. Okay. So like when in the Postal Creed, neither rain nor snow nor gloom of night, that repetition of the word nor is polysyndeton. Yeah, no, the weird stuff librarians will find.
See, I'm over here where I was in second grade in the Alvarado spelling bee, and first round, first word I got was ice cream, and I didn't say 2 words.
Oh,
so that's
I'm sorry.
It's tricky. It still haunts me.
Well, yeah.
My family, my grandparents, everybody were there, and I was ready to take it all the way, and I got out.
So
and
sorry.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to say
that is sad.
You can't say ICECREAM. You have to say like space or just tricky second
Very
grade.
serious.
It's kind of that's more of like I think a
That's
last
hard.
round word.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I
So
wouldn't
it's
do well.
still with me. So you're over here with that. And I'm like,
nobody spelled it right. Nobody spelled it right. So we added another word in to replace it. We didn't count that round. That word.
It's a bonus word.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, nobody got it.
You wish you
So-
got that bonus round.
that bonus round. Like, we're sorry, Nikki. We didn't know that there was going to be a 2-word rule in here, but that's okay. It just still haunts me. So I'm fascinated with spelling bees, and I want to come watch one.
Well,
That'll be
because
fun.
Maybe you can participate next year.
No, it's
Yeah,
not happening.
yeah.
No.
Learn to spell onomatopoeia.
happen. It's not happening. Those
Okay.
words.
You don't have to. I won't make
I
you.
would love to. I
You
wish
can
I
come-
could.
You can come next time.
Oh, I'm going to.
I'll make sure-
I'll
make sure
cheer
and invi-
everybody
and
on.
let everybody know about it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that would be
no,
fun.
for real. That would be awesome.
Y'all can have your own team.
Oh,
Uh,
I have to be a
I don't-
spectator. I'm not good at spelling
No.
anymore.
I
used to, but not-
tried out in this like second grade. I couldn't spell California, and they're like, "Nope."
See, that's where it's not fair. I could have taken it all the way, I think. Well, then you get to those words that it's genius level.
Right.
Like what you're
Like
talking
Polly signed it on.
Yeah.
I hope in one of the other B's and that is
Texas
being held
women.
will use that word
That would be cool.
because I want to know if anybody gets it right.
So do you get to come up with your own words for Burleson, or do you have to go by a list?
We all contribute to a list and then we can pull whatever words we
Oh,
want
that's cool.
off of it. So some of the words came from the list we created, and some of them came from other people.
You said there's 7 other libraries.
7 other libraries.
Are they all Johnson County, or are they
No,
around the
no.
Or
I
another
think we're
state,
the
or-
only one in Johnson County that's
Okay.
doing it. Benbrook, Bedford, Fort Worth, us.
So the winner then goes to that
Yeah.
against
The
those
winner-
people?
yeah.
Okay.
Benbrook has won every year. And so I told the winning team, I said, we've got to beat Benbrook. Somebody has to beat Benbrook.
Just makes me
And I
laugh.
think it's the same team too.
Oh, you know it
Oh.
is.
That's it, practice every
Probably
week.
decades.
Probably.
I want to know what their team name is.
Right? I don't remember.
Something I need to look into.
Well, that says a lot for a person if they come back every year and they win. So they must be really, really good spellers.
Yeah,
So.
no kidding. Or they just know the weird words.
Weird. Yeah, true, true. Well, let's talk about the craft swap.
All right. So and I'm going to do this every time. I'm going to sound like the craft swap.
Yeah.
The craft swap is March 26th at 10 a.m. Now, what it is if you're looking to try a new craft, don't want to invest a lot of money in it until you know if it works for you. If you're looking to just kind of get rid of some craft materials, so you drop those things off at the library. You basically donate them to the library. March 7th through 19th. And then on the 26th between 10 and noon, anybody can come in and basically shop for craft supplies,
Well, that's cool.
That's
because
really
who
cool.
doesn't love shopping for free craft supplies?
If you'll tag us on y'all's link, or I'll share it. We can share that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a fun activity. I like doing crafts with my granddaughters and stuff. So, all right. So March the 7th through the 19th, people can donate craft items that they
Yes.
want to
And
clear out.
nice stuff that you'd be willing to take home if you
Yeah.
were looking at
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure. And then you said on the 26th, it's 10 to noon at the library.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. That'll be fun.
It should be. This is the first time we've done it.
Okay.
We have a crafting free-for-all called Christmas at the Library, the first Saturday in December. And it's basically tables full of craft supplies, and people make the most amazing things.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we're decided to kind of take it a little further and actually do a craft swap. And so,
My daughter would love things like that. She's in a junior at high school.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
need to tell them about that for
Please
Christmas, because they would
do.
love to come to
oh
that.
yeah, it's a fun time.
The youth these days are very crafty.
Kids-
I will give them
kids
that.
these days.
These days. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, speaking of kids, let's talk about the children's and teen programs that the library offers.
All righty. So I even made myself a list. I feel so prepared. All right. So one of the really cool things that we have this year is the Beyblade Club, which I believe somebody approached us about starting a Beyblade Club. If you don't have,
don't have a
kids in
clue.
the right age group, you wouldn't know. The
Yeah.
Beyblade it's a little it's like a spinning top, and
Okay.
it uses centrifugal force, and you let them into this arena thing, and they fight each other and bounce each other out, and it's
Oh.
kind of fun. My kids did it when they were younger for about 5 minutes.
Is it a robotic deal or something
No,
you spin
no,
and
it's
then it
Like
knocks out?
spinning tops that battle each other.
Yeah,
Okay,
seriously.
that's what I'm
Cool.
getting.
No, that's kind of what it looks like. It's you have a rip
Okay.
that you pull and drop it, and it just spins, and they bounce against each other, and they all look a little different.
Oh.
And
We used
it's
to do that as kids. Okay.
Okay.
I know what
You
that
know
is.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's young
Because
enough.
she's in the right age group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, one of my kids
Ashley,
did
you
that
don't
briefly.
know?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, being creative.
Yeah. So we have that. That's going on. I believe it's every Thursday afternoon. But that's one of those you really want to check our website to make sure
Okay.
of it.
And everybody brings their own.
They bring their own
Little-
Beyblade and
Okay.
How do you spell that?
BEYBLADE Beyblade.
Beyblade. Okay.
That's one word.
Oh, it is a word.
Jokes. No, that's funny though. I would have thought it was two.
Well, of
Yeah.
course you would.
Okay.
So we also have after school or homeschool, two different ones. We have an after school one, and then we also have a homeschool exploratory robotics lab.
Ooh.
So we have different kinds of robotics things, and like spheros, and we have Raspberry Pi, and we have Lego Mindstorm EV3 kits, but that's kind of passe now. I understand they're kind of old.
Okay.
But we've got several things in the robotics sort of genre that we have exploratory labs where they can come and just self-paced go through the different programs that are available to do on them. And we have those once or twice a month. For teens, they usually have one or two programs a month on a Saturday in the afternoon. Like we've recently had a movie night. They'll have a craft day, just kind of a variety of different things that they think up. And we have in the past had a thing called Simply Cooking or Simple Cooking, where they can come and make a meal or an hors d'oeuvre or a dessert or something like that. And that's usually a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet that would be
Yeah.
fun.
And so we've got some more, we invested in some more equipment for that. So hopefully,
So that's a different event.
we have a lot of different events for teens. So like, it's never the same thing every month.
And when do those hold? When do you have those?
They're usually on a Saturday. It's not always the same Saturday.
And is it free?
Yes, all of our programs are free.
Okay.
Which is one of the most fun things about the library.
Yeah.
We'll just take care of that for you. So the teens have a lot of fun doing the cooking and doing the robotics. We have a group that has come for years to the robotics club, and now some of them are helping with the robotics because they've been doing it for so long. Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Is it a sign up deal or do they just show up? Because I didn't know if it would be living.
That's a good point. I'm glad you asked that because it is a sign up thing.
Okay.
They would need to go onto the library's website at burlesonlibrary.com
Okay.
and look under I believe it's under either events or teen programs.
Okay.
Do they
And-
just? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do they just? Is each one a sign up, or is it they sign up and they can go to all of them?
For the robotics, each one is a sign up. In fact, I believe all of the teen programs, if you have to sign up for it, it's for that specific one.
Gotcha. Cool.
I have a couple of teens in the hand sewing class.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's lasted
That's
like
neat.
4 or 5 weeks. And I have a former I think she's a home ec teacher or a sewing teacher, and she's teaching hand sewing. So there's
Is it only for teenagers?
mm-mm.
No, because this
We-
summer I took one of those embroidery kits
Mhm.
and I was trying to, there's a lot of stitches there. So
Yes,
is that
there
kind of
are.
what this is?
No, they're actually learning how to sew seams, and
Oh, that's
but
neat.
that all translates. It's all basically the same thing. It's all got the same foundation. But because I embroider and I sew and I knit. I know how to crochet, but I don't. It's not as much fun as knitting.
So the back of those, whenever you're embroidering, is it supposed to be like,
Oh, it looks terrible.
okay.
Yeah.
Because mine was so bad.
Oh yeah, the back is where all
And I
the
like things
truth
perfect.
is.
And I'm like, oh God, because I wanted it to be
No, the back is where all
Okay.
the truth lies.
okay. That's good. It's not as bad as I
Yeah.
thought.
So, but the hand sewing class is cool. We've made little heart pillows, and a couple of the people who are a little more advanced are working on hand sewing quilt block. So they're sewing the pieces of the.
I was going to
quilt
ask y'all
block
if y'all had
together.
any quilting classes or anything.
We do not, but
Because,
you
you
know,
know, those quilting ladies,
would
they are
love-
hardcore.
Yeah, yeah. The
My-
senior center has a whole
they
whole
do-
set of quilting ladies.
Because my small group at Pathway I'm the youngest in there, and they will get on a topic, and they'll sit here and we could have a whole show about them and their
Oh yeah,
quilting.
yeah.
I'm
And you
not-
should. People would listen.
Oh, I know. My mom is one of them. She's
Yeah.
obsessed, and
Yeah.
they every scrap that they can get,
Mhm.
and they don't let that stuff go. It's kind of funny.
No, it is.
It's
very
an
funny.
addiction.
And you can see how long somebody's kept it after they come out with the finished quilt, how long they've had all that fabric. Because
Yeah.
some of the stuff I have is
Is-
very 80s.
That's funny, and that's coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sadly.
Yes.
The clothes weren't great. The hair was
Big.
regrettable. The music was the best part of
Oh,
the
it
80s.
really
It was good
was.
music.
Yeah.
That's true.
And by the way, Duran Duran is indeed still recording,
Oh, wow.
in case anybody wanted to know.
Okay. Are there any more children or teen?
There are a
deals?
ton of children's programs.
Okay.
Okay. So that was just the teen ones, and we got off on a tangent.
No, that's okay.
If you
We
do
do that.
If you've,
It's
good.
Yeah, if you've ever met me, that is my life, is a tangent. Okay. So children's, we have story times. We have 3 story times a week at least. We have baby on Wednesdays, toddler on Thursdays, and preschool on Fridays, and they all start at 9:30 a.m. That is before the library opens. So like we have somebody standing at the door to let story time people in.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you come to the library at 9:30 a.m. and you're not there for story time, we're not letting you in.
Do y'all have a pre-chosen story that y'all do or book?
The youth librarian, Becky Becky Fowler.
Okay.
Becky Fowler, she has a whole story time set up, and they're themed, and
Oh,
it's something different every time.
okay. That's good.
So yeah. So this week, story times are about space.
Okay, cool.
I don't know that she themes the baby ones, but the toddler and preschool ones are about space this week, and then the next week it's dragons.
Yep. And that'll be a popular one, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. They have young builders, which is let's see, I think they've done Legos. Play case for people to look at. It's always fun to see what kids come up with.
Aw.
We have Kindness Club, which is almost exactly what it sounds like. It's just basically you come in and make something that she distributes to people, or yeah, I think that's a lot of what she does. Like they filled goodie bags for the police department one
Oh,
time.
that's nice.
And they made placemats for Meals on Wheels.
Okay, so we
Oh.
were wanting to get our youth coalition started and going,
Mhm.
and we're wanting to do some you matter kind of
Right.
cards and stuff for Meals on Wheels. So maybe we
Yeah.
can partner with you guys and get that start, like where we could have a meeting and
Yeah, I'll
get the
give
kids going.
I'll give you Becky's information so
Yeah,
you can contact
that'd
her.
be great.
Yeah. So let's see, we've got Play and Learn Workshop, which is really for the 18 months to 3 years. Yes. 18 months to 3 years old kids and their families and siblings up to age 5. And it's a time for they can come in to play with some toys that do not get put out very often. And there's usually a resource person there to talk to each family on a specific topic like nutrition or speech or something like that.
Right.
Something that you're not quite. Is peanut butter? My kid's only eating peanut butter. Is that okay?
Right.
Questions you have as a parent and you don't have anybody to really ask. So
Okay, that's good to know.
it's a really good program, and you're just sitting on the floor playing.
And I
with your
couldn't
kid.
imagine as a mom having a new baby through this pandemic.
Yeah,
Like just the barriers and the mom groups that you
you just can't do.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, it's a great program, and when we first started having it, I went with a former children's librarian who used to be at our library. We went to New York together to get the training, and then when Becky came on, she went to New York to get the training. And it is such a cool program, but it's nationwide. So we have Beyblade Club, which we've already talked about. And in spring break, we have some specific things going on. We have a bunny scavenger hunt from the 15th to the 18th of March. And so you can go to the library. There's 9 bunnies hidden around the children's area. And you have to find each bunny, and then you get entered for a prize. There's a spring STEM challenge, so science, technology.
Did the
What is
schools?
E? Engineering?
Yes.
And math.
Did the schools that have those programs in Burleson ISD get involved, or is that just the library?
This is just the library. I don't know honestly what Burleson ISD, if they have anything going on during the spring break.
Oh, I don't know about the spring break. They have camps and stuff, but I don't know if
Oh,
it's during spring break.
Yeah.
But that would probably be good for y'all to reach out to those schools that are the engineering and math and just let them know about
the
that
STEAM
stuff for
school,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have this program is for ages 5 to 10, the Spring STEM Challenge. It is Friday, March 18th at 2:00. And that I don't think is a sign up.
So what is that? Can you tell us a little bit?
They'll have a few different projects for families to work on at their own pace. All ages are welcome. So it's a spring themed STEM challenge. And that's all I've got. So it's a mystery. And then we've got tutu story time on the 19th at 10 a.m.
Okay, that sounds good.
Do you get to dress up in tutus?
That is not only allowed, it is encouraged. Our librarian will have on her tutu. And you think I'm kidding? I'm not. She's got tutus.
Oh, that's cool.
She has the best Mrs. Frizzle dresses.
Oh,
Who's
I love
Mrs.
that.
Frizzle? Who's Mrs. Frizzle?
From Magic School Bus.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
Oh,
so.
yeah. I knew the name sounded familiar, but until you said that, it wasn't clicking on who it was. But yeah, we did the Magic School Bus with my daughter. So
Yeah.
well, that's
I love
interesting. A
Magic
lot of
School
really
Bus.
cool things. Well, I
Oh,
don't want to
yeah.
get into the art stuff just yet because we're going to be going to our commercial break here
Okay.
in just a few minutes. But I was going to ask on a lot of the children's stuff. It's encouraged that parents come and play with the kids. It's not like come and drop off.
We don't have drop off programs unless you're old enough to be in the library.
Okay.
Without your look, a teen program, I believe that you can stay as a parent. I think with a lot of our teen programs, but I don't think you.
Well, that's a good opportunity
But-
for a parent to go grab a book and sit in the corner and
Yeah,
read.
it is.
and-
Yeah, it's a great time.
yeah, absolutely.
But no, we need kids to have their parents with them,
Okay.
or grandma
It's
or aunt
encouraged.
or whoever their babysitter is.
Yep.
They need to stay with them.
Okay,
And
that sounds good.
that's highly not just encouraged, but
That's
it's
required.
mandatory.
It's
Yeah,
required.
it's required. Okay, let's get that straight. It's required. All right. Well, stay with us. We're going to be back with Amanda and talking about the activities at the library.
Accelerated Graphics and Science 101 East Renfro, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, can handle all of your graphic needs. Need a banner or promotional products for your business? They got you covered. T-shirts and caps for your group. All you need to figure out is if you want them screen printed or embroidered. How about some slick graphics on that hot ride to make you stand out from the crowd? Accelerated Graphics and Science can handle anything you throw at them. Located at 101 East Renfro Street, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, go in and see them. Call them at 817-991-0523 or reach them on the web at www.acceleratedgraphics.net. They are loud and proud and want to serve you. Accelerated Graphics.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat? Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379 or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Welcome back to the second half of the Reach Across Johnson County segment on Joco Community Radio. So we're going to run our little commercial here. It's Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, go to TuneInJoco.com and download the free app. All of our shows can also be found on any one of your favorite podcast platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker. Check out our lineup and more on jococommunityradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more is brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep, Nona Reed, at 844.tex.hail. That's 844-839-4245. And our special guest with us is Amanda from the Burleson Library. And I know during the break that we were kind of talking about some things that we wanted to make sure to cover. So let's go ahead and talk about your April things that are going to be coming up on your events.
Okay. So, hello.
There you are.
I'm at the mic now. All right. So April seems to be the time for different fairs. So April 1st, I'm going to be at the Senior Center Health Fair. It's April 1st from 12 to 2. On April 2nd, I'll be at the Center for ASD's Light Up the Night at the Brick.
We'll be there too.
Oh, excellent. Yay.
We partnered with them on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I can't wait. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I believe that starts at 6.
That's good.
Yes,
That
6 to
sound
9.
6 to 9. That's right. Is this because I thought 3 hours on a Saturday night? Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then April 8th, I will be at the STEAM PTO Carnival 6 to 8.
That's
So,
interesting.
I'm ready.
We go and we get people signed up for library cards, and we
I used to be on the PTO there. It's a good event.
is it?
It's fun.
Okay,
They
I'll
have a
look forward to it.
DJ and all the food trucks, and
Oh,
the kids have
right.
a dance.
So I'll bring
That's
my
cute.
cash so I can get some yummy food.
yeah, it's fun.
If I get a chance to get up, because I take the button machine and I make buttons and I
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
you're
make
gonna be
buttons
busy.
for 3 hours.
Oh,
That's
wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
Are
What
you
time
the
was
only
that
one
one?
I'm sorry. The
STEAM.
6 to 8 is the STEAM PTO Carnival.
6 to 8. Are you the only one that works the event?
No, there will be another person with me.
Okay,
I
good.
just I don't know who it'll be this time yet.
Okay. Yeah, I know when you work events, especially when you're doing something they walk away from and everything, sometimes it's hard to be able to get up and go do anything at
Yeah,
all. So,
yeah. And we usually have somebody doing the library cards, and then I'm doing the buttons,
Okay.
and we just sit there the whole time.
It
Yep.
stays busy.
Stay
Yeah.
super busy. And then here's the really important one, though. On April 9th at 1 o'clock, the Friends of the Library are hosting a library anniversary celebration. We'll have cupcakes.
Ooh.
I mean, there will be more than cupcakes, but that's what caught my attention is that there will be cupcakes.
April the 9th, is that what you
April
said?
the 9th.
At 1.
At 1, and we will have all sorts of people there. There will be like a timeline of events like over the library's life.
Okay.
There are pictures. There's an interview with our first librarian that'll
Oh.
be there.
Wow.
Cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's the one who trained me when I first started working there. So
Oh, that's
So how
cool.
long have you been there?
I've been there since 2009. Yeah, she had already resigned as the director and had come back to work as an assistant, and she trained me for the same job basically.
Oh, that's good.
And then I got full time, and eventually she retired again. And her name is Sandy Babb, and she's the awesome.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's a fun one. We've got that jotted down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna really have a good time. And so I believe the library will be 51 this year. Would have done on the 50th, but that would have been in 2021, and we weren't really getting back together in large groups.
Yeah.
So that's okay. Let's just make it a new thing. Instead of the 50th, we'll do the 51st.
That's right.
Love that.
It works for me. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, and you mentioned. So is that the birthday deals? or-
Yes, that's
okay.
that's our birthday
That's
party.
the birthday party. Okay. All right. Good deal. Okay. Well, let's talk about, let's see, the art take and make for April and June.
Yeah, that's exciting. So, do y'all want me to tell about it, or y'all gonna?
Sure.
Okay. They're like, yes, please, Amanda. You're the one who's sitting here. You need to tell.
So good at this.
All right. So, as you know, the Reach Council reached out to me, and we're going to have a photo essay, not really a contest,
Okay.
but sort of a show. So, or a photo essay show. And from the end of March through April 15th, we would like people to submit a photo to us on the theme of Burleson, a day in the life. The photos will be framed and kept to display in the library and locations around town, we're hoping. And then eventually they'll be returned to the artists.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And then in June, so that was March through April 15th. And then
Okay.
in June, we're going to have a tiny art show. So people can create and bring in a tiny work of art, painting, sculpture, assemblage, collage, kind of whatever they want. But it needs to be, we're thinking smaller than like 6 by 6.
Yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
really small, and smaller the better, because that's just fun. Small little bitty little art pieces are always fun.
That's
And
cool.
those will also be displayed at the library and around town. And then sometime in July, I don't remember if we set a date for it yet, we're going to have an art show opening, like an art gala opening. At the library, we'll have sparkling non-alcoholic beverages, and all of the submitted, hopefully, all of the submitted artwork will be displayed. It needs to be kept family friendly.
Yes.
So all of the artwork will be displayed, and we'll have it displayed
Is that the-
creatively.
So the artwork from both
From
the,
all-
the
from both-
photos and
Yes.
in the little art.
It'll
Okay.
all be showed. Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's-
then the theme for the tiny art is Oceans of Possibilities,
Okay.
because that is the theme for summer reading.
Oh, that's good.
Every year, summer reading has a theme, and that is this year's. And
And I'm
well,
sure we'll be sharing more information on that on our website, and I'm sure the
yeah, we'll
library
have
will
it
be
on ours too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoping to put up flyers around town, promoting it to the schools, different areas. Just
Social media.
Is it all ages?
all ages.
It's for everybody.
Yep.
And so even if they don't want to participate in the art shows, they can still get their just participate, submit a
Yeah.
photo, still get it printed and
Yeah.
framed.
Yeah.
Or,
So a day in life. So I mean, that could be
It could be
something,
anything. Yeah.
Okay.
And
At
what was
your
the date
desk,
on
a
that
cup of
again?
coffee.
So the photo essay is we'll accept submissions from the end of March through April 15th. And that will be published.
So Alberto, Burleson is having an arts festival. I think it would be if
We
we
are?
don't do it this. They are. I'll look it up in a minute
Okay,
while
'cause-
while I'm not talking, because otherwise I won't make
Right.
sense to you guys.
I understand.
But it'd be neat, especially if y'all decide to do this art show or art contest next year.
Mhm.
But I had spoken to them the other day about us doing the
this.
project, and
Mhm.
they said we could talk to them about a booth and how neat would it be if we could display
Oh,
things,
yeah.
because you know how whenever they have any kind of festival in Burleson, it's just really busy.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look that date up, because
Yeah.
that would be really neat if we
That's
could.
fantastic.
That is, so they're due by the 15th.
Yes.
That might
April
fall in. Let me
15th.
look at that.
Okay. So April the 15th. So
Mhm.
submit your pictures.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And, then
then-
is there a different deadline then to
And
do the
then
little art?
It's June for the tiny art. They can just bring it in June anytime.
Anytime.
Now we're going to have bags with a little canvas and little paints. so that they could use that, or
Okay.
they could do something else. That's just to
cool.
kind of maybe get somebody started.
Okay.
And I think we'll probably have a couple of examples
Okay.
of things to
To
kind of
show.
give people an
Yeah.
idea. It's like, this is kind of what we're doing and things like that.
Yeah.
Nice, cool.
Even if you type it into Google tiny art, all these really cool things pop up.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
All right, tiny art. Okay. I
it
gotta
is
do
really
that.
cool. And displaying around town is we want to do a traveling art show just
Okay.
in random places throughout Burleson for everyone to see. So, like I said, they don't have to have it part of their show if they don't want to. But we're looking at the library, maybe the Chamber of Commerce might let us, or
Okay.
even
Doctor's office.
doctor's office,
Cool.
the wash and dry
Yeah.
places,
Laundromats. Mhm.
laundromats. Sorry, they all have
There's
different names.
and
I don't know what to
words.
call them now. But yeah, we're
That
working
sounds
on
like
that.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super excited.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And I think the event in July will be really cool, kind of
Yeah.
like a fun celebration of what everybody
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that.
I know that's
I
exciting.
think you said that you might have people like kind of dress up and
Yeah,
kind of feel
I
like
think
we're
that would
at
be
like
fun.
a big party, like
Yes.
fancy party. You feel like we're important.
Yes.
Yeah.
that'll be cool. So, do we need to talk any more about the art opening in July? Because I know
Nope.
it was a separate
That
location.
is
That
that
covered
is
that.
that is
Okay.
part of it.
Okay. Library of Things.
So the Library of Things, a lot of libraries do this. Some places will rent out cake pans or power tools or sewing machines, typewriters. We got rid of our typewriter a long time ago. But so our Library of Things is new. We have some unusual items in it. We have a couple of puzzle mats. And somebody asked, "Well, don't you have puzzles to go with them?" And of course, I'm thinking, "Don't you have like 50 puzzles at home?" But I don't say that out loud because clearly not everybody has like a whole bunch of jigsaw puzzles at home.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'll get a puzzle and you need to take it off your dining table so you can eat dinner, and you're not done with your 1,000-piece puzzle yet. So
You need to safely be able to
so you need to-
slide it
yeah.
over. Yeah.
So I have a couple of puzzle mats you can borrow from the library for 3 weeks. We have a knitting kit, a how to knit kit, a how to crochet kit. I'm about to add 2 more how to crochet kits because those are so popular. I have 2 date night kits. One is scary movie date night kit that has a ton of really cool scary movies, like some really
Okay.
old ones and then some newer ones. I wouldn't personally check it out because I can't watch
I
scary
can't see that.
movies
I know
anymore.
either.
I'm past that time in my life where I can watch a scary movie. But it's also got a couple of cookbooks and a game. And then there's game night, date night kit that's got like 7 games and a cookbook. And I can attest that the cookbook is a really good one because I took it. The first person who checked it out, and because that's the perk of being a librarian, is when it's ready to check out, I can check it out. So I took it home and we cooked like 4 or 5 things out of the cookbook, and it was really good.
Oh, that's
Nice.
So,
That is so
but
neat.
yeah, so having games, that you can check out. And these are not games that I've ever played. So there's one called Sushi Go. There's one called Dog Pile. There's Bananagrams. One called Kadami Spirits and Splendor. I have never
I've not
played
heard
any
those.
of these games, which is one of the cool things about it because you get to try
Try
games
something.
you've never played before.
Is
That's cool.
Bananagrams the one in the banana?
Yeah.
Oh, I have that one. I was like, I want to make sure, but I think I have this
It's like
one.
it's like what I always wanted Scrabble to be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
it is so much fun. But we also have graphing calculators. So if you need a graphing calculator for a test, we've got them. We've got Wi-Fi hotspots
Oh,
you can check
wow.
out. Those only check out for a week, but yeah. So, and we'll be adding more
Cool.
things to the Library of Things as we go. And apparently, I'm going to add some puzzles.
That's cool. See, I'm a puzzle person myself.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
love
like puzzles, but I hate doing them twice. So since I was a
Really?
kid, I always, after I finish it, I glue it onto a board or something, and I'll frame it. But I will not do it twice.
Okay.
That glue is so cool. That Mod Podge stuff. I did that
Yeah.
before we moved for some of Liam's puzzles, and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome."
Yeah, Mod Podge is
I
fantastic
love
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
I just kept doing it over and over front and back because it was like addicting and it was satisfying.
That's
It
cool.
is satisfying.
So so we've got on here. I thought it was really cool to learn that y'all do help with genealogy stuff, that there's access to tools to be able to research things.
Yes, we do have some some research tools. We have Ancestry.com. The library edition is available at the library. So if you come and use our computers, you can get on Ancestry. It's an icon on the desktop on our computers. We have access to Heritage Quest that you can access from home if you have a library card, and the Portal to Texas History, which is available for anybody,
Okay.
has a bunch of newspapers, including all of the Burleson papers,
That's
digitized
cool.
and keyword searchable.
Oh, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's fantastic. So if you
Wow.
watch the library's Facebook page on Thursdays, the deputy director Sarah Miller, she does a Throwback Thursdays, and she always pulls something from the old newspapers, and it is
Cool.
always really interesting.
So
That's
tell us
really
about
cool.
the library membership.
Okay, so if you live inside the city limits of Burleson, or go to any of or attend a Burleson ISD school, or go to a school in the city limits of Burleson. I know that's a really hard, I can't think of a really good way to word that. Then you can get a free library card.
Okay.
So all the Burleson ISD students can get a free library card at Burleson no matter where they live.
Okay.
What do y'all need?
To get a library card, all you need is your ID. If that does not have your correct address, then we need something that, in addition to your ID, that shows basically where you live.
Okay.
And kids, we just need proof that they're enrolled, and you
Like
can pull
Skyward or
pull up their Skyward stuff on your phone, and that works. Or so we try to make it simple. If you live outside the city limits, or you don't go to the ISD, then it's a $25 a year fee. Or if you're a senior, like a senior in age, not a senior in high school,
Right.
then it's $12.50.
Oh, that's not bad.
And then there's a couple of other things. If you already have a library card, say if you have a library card in Fort Worth, you can get the TextShare card from Fort Worth and use it to get a library card for us for free.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So
I'm gonna do that.
and we have a lot of really cool online things that you can't get from other libraries. So if you're a Burleson patron, unless you go to another library that happens to subscribe to it, you don't have access to it. So like the Libby app, the Cloud Library app, the Hoopla app. Those are all digital
Tell me about
downloads.
Oh, that's awesome.
Those are all ebooks, e-audiobooks. One of them has
So
videos.
if you're a Burleson library member, is that what you
library
call it?
card holder? Yeah.
Okay, library card holder. You can get on ebooks and stuff.
Yeah.
I love to read, y'all.
That's a game changer.
So is that where you? I'm sorry, my headphone keeps sliding off my head. So is that where you can like listen to audiobooks?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that
that's
I mean,
cool?
besides having some audiobooks on CD and some Playaway audiobooks, we have a ton of things on apps, and that's how I listen to audiobooks all the time. I don't think I've listened to the radio in a year or two.
Oh yeah,
in the
no.
car.
I
listen to
immediately go
audiobooks
to
all the time.
podcasts. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten where I do podcast, and one of my coworkers, she actually introduced me to audiobooks. I hadn't done that before. And it's like we had a long trip to go.
Yeah.
We had to drive to San Antonio. And she goes,
Who
"Let's
was
pop
that?
Jen."
Oh.
And so we popped in an audiobook, and it's like you really get drawn into it,
Yeah.
and it's like, because I always love to read because
Mhm.
you can kind of get lost in a story type
Yes.
deal. And I
I'll-
didn't think it would be the same in the audiobook, but it
I'll
really
tell
was.
y'all a really good audiobook to listen to that put me to sleep forever, but it was amazing. It was Matthew McConaughey's book.
Oh, really?
Just listening to his voice.
Yeah.
I mean, my husband was like,
I
"How
can
many
see that.
times are you gonna have this?" I'm like, "Just don't worry about me in here with my book." I mean, his voice would just put me to sleep. And then the next night I would play it again. I would
Yeah.
just tell.
all right, all right, all right.
I mean, just his southern drawl and his stories,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
He's got a great. He's good to listen to. Yeah.
And look at
Well, maybe. Yeah. So if you get a really good narrator, and there are some fantastic narrators, you can listen to all sorts of amazing things.
That's really cool. I love the thought of the audiobooks and stuff. And to where you don't actually have to go check it out. Because I did I did an audiobook one time and did the little CD in my CD player, and for some reason it stuck. And I could not get it
oh, you've got a
out.
new car now.
Yeah, I got a new car now, but yeah, it's still stuck in there. So I had to
Oh no!
I had to buy the library.
Oh, and those are expensive.
Yeah, it was a little expensive. So the thought of having audio now, I mean, that is just really
Yeah.
cool.
And when it just doesn't work
Yeah.
when it expires.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can renew it.
That's cool.
I'm gonna go get a library
Library
membership
card,
this
yeah.
All
week.
right. And so
I'm gonna
you
become a
can,
library card holder.
you
Sorry.
can do that online and then just go pick up your card.
Oh.
Yeah, if you live in the city limits and you do the application online, you should be able to go pick up, go get your library card, and then they'll show you how to use the apps.
That's so
So
That is really cool.
burlesonlibrary.com.
You know, when my oldest
e-cards,
was little,
e-cards.
we would go and I would take her to the library and we would go do the mommy.
Mhm.
But once the twins came along, I wouldn't do that to anybody, including y'all or myself or those little field trips stopped.
It's fun to go check out the books at
It
the
is.
library. And
I remember my mom
Yeah.
taking me when I was little. It was always good memories.
Yeah.
I still go. Obviously, I go to the Keller Public Library,
Right.
but
They're pretty awesome.
I love that library. But I'm a huge snacker, so I have to sit in the foyer, and I'm just like, I want to go in the library, but I'm so hungry.
We allow food and drink. We just ask that, if you spill it, clean it up. And
Yeah, your
not
mom
at the
doesn't work
computers.
your mom doesn't work at the library,
Yeah.
so
So you gotta clean up after yourself.
it's
But we do allow that. So
well, that's
Can
good.
I come visit now?
when people come and they sit on the table outside my office with their Chick-fil-A or their Whataburger, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, bring some
Smells
for
so
me."
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Bring some
Whataburger's
for
right by the
me."
library too, so you
Yeah.
probably get
I
that a
love,
lot.
it's like I like vanilla shakes. Just bring me one. I do not need vanilla shakes.
Well, I want to make sure that in our last few minutes, everything that we again list the contact information. Anything else that you want to share as far as reaching out? Anything that you'd like to share?
Okay, I think I've covered everything I need to cover,
Okay.
but I will tell you that my name is Amanda Cadenhead. I'm the Community Engagement Librarian at the Burleson Public Library. If you need to reach me via email, it's cadenhead@burlesonlibrary.com. Or you can go on our website and look under staff and email me that way.
Okay.
And our website is burlesontx.com/library, or you can just burlesonlibrary.com will get you there. And we've got a lot of really cool things online, and I think people should check it out.
What are y'all's hours at the library?
Monday through Wednesday, we are 10 to 8.
Okay.
And Thursday through Saturday, we're 10 to 6.
Good question.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Can you register for all of the events on the website?
Yes.
Yay.
And if it doesn't say that it requires registration, then
Then
it
it's
doesn't.
free.
Then
It's
it-
just
Show
you
up.
just show up, and you don't have to pay for registering. It's all free.
Does the library take any kind of donations? I mean, I know we talked about the little craft stuff. Is there anything else that y'all
So-
accept?
We do take donations, but it's within a limited range of things.
Okay.
And that is on the website. There's a place for donations, and it kind of lists what we do. And I'm sorry, I did not bring the donations card that gives you
that's-
all of the
okay.
information.
It's okay. Look on their website. You'll
Yes.
find it there.
Or you can give us a call at 817-426-9210.
Okay, good deal. All right. Well, hey, y'all, we did really good. We got everything on our list, covered. So we still have a few minutes to chat.
3 minutes.
Woohoo!
What can we talk about? What's your favorite event that you go to in Burleson? Community event.
What's the- I really like City Fest. We just did that, and this was only the second time we've done it, but that was a lot of fun.
Do you live in Burleson?
I do not. I live in South Fort Worth.
Okay.
near the half price books.
Hmm.
So, because that's
I love-
important.
I love half price books. I love the one in Burleson.
Yeah, the both of them are really good. The one
Mhm.
here in Burleson, I think, is a little larger.
My daughter wants to work there. She loves books like she reads like I do. It's great. I
That's
love that she
fantastic.
loves to read. And was it you guys that I was telling you that there's the book fair right now and
Yes.
West
Yes.
Windsor? Yeah.
Scholastic.
So one of them's like,
The
there's 2 new
Scholastic?
Wonders out. I didn't know that. He loves the Wonder
Awesome.
series.
Yeah.
So you probably have those.
Do y'all do a
I'm sure
traveling
we do.
bookstore or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we do events out. We haven't had like any like. Well, okay, that's not true. Sometimes when we go to events, we take things and can check them out to library
At the
card
library.
holders.
Okay. Cool.
So I guess it depends on what you're asking.
Okay. Well, I know I've seen some cities, they actually have a little mobile
Like a
cart that goes to
bookmobile?
yeah, like a
Mhm.
bookmobile. And
We'd love one.
somebody
Huh?
have a vehicle that they like to donate.
Well,
and-
okay, now let's be
So
careful.
what does that look like?
Some of them are just buses or vans that are fitted with like a desk and shelves so that you can take books to different places. And a lot of them now will have like Wi-Fi and maybe one computer somebody can use if they need to do something on the computer or
it's-
something like
so
the
that.
vehicles
Is
are tend to be. It's
And
like
I
a
guess
van.
did
that's
we
wrapped.
talk about that? Y'all have computers and people can come in and do job
We
resumes
do.
and
We have computers. People can come and use a computer instead of having to fill out applications on their phone, which is,
That's
I think,
hard.
really hard to do.
what
Yeah.
about
Yes.
Wi-Fi? Can people come in?
We
and use-
have free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
These are important things.
These
They
are
are.
important things, and I'm so glad you asked.
Mhm.
But yeah, we have free Wi-Fi. We have computers. We have printing. We have
That's awesome.
faxing, which I know that sounds like old, but there are some places do not
That's-
accept emails.
Yeah.
They will only accept faxes or
Yes, 'cause
sending.
it's encrypted. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
run into that a couple of times.
It's
I'm not
anyway.
even going to say
I'm
anything.
yeah. Don't get me started because I'm not sure I know what I'm talking about. But no, and we also have scanning is free. Faxing and printing costs a little bit, but not very much.
Okay, good to know.
So
All right.
yeah.
Well, thank you so very much, Amanda, for coming in and
Well, you're
joining us
welcome.
today.
It was delightful.
We've learned so many new things about the library and
And I'm going to try to see you at the PTO event.
All right. I look forward to it.
I love that event. That's
Okay,
why I'm
good
going to
deal.
try to sign us up for
Just gonna
it.
visit. I'll bring you a vanilla shake.
Yes.
Thank you.
Will you exchange me a library card for a vanilla shake?
Can we bribe you?
You,
I'll be
if
legal,
you
I
have a
promise.
Keller library card, you can use our library.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks
Thank you.
again, and thank y'all for joining us tonight on the Reach Across Johnson County segment.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout